Year 1991, the Anvil Business Club was founded. It is an association that fosters leadership excellence in young Chinese-Filipino entrepreneurs who are someday expected to be the country's next business leaders. For the past 23 years, the club has taken slow but measured steps in propagating positive values and professional eminence through modest activities. Grounded by time-honored Confucian ideals, its past administrations have consciously maintained a small yet influential group of eminent business leaders.
Being one of the earlier members, the idea of a club where the young people can be engaged in business and have direct access to famous people and institutions, it has grown beyond that. People are having this access. They are able to influence events, have meaningful activities, charities, and also learn a lot and network and expand their businesses. Early on, we had started the popularizing the Dragon Boat festivals, which now is a staple. The club had also put up the renovation of the Chinese gardens at Luneta and put the Confucius statue.
We knew that it was not easy to be an entrepreneur. We wanted an organization that we can impart the Confucian values of hard work, thrift, industry among our members. And we feel that we have to continue such positive Chinese values and at the same time keep the best Filipino values among our members. That's why we formed the Anvil Business Club. I think as chairman, we were able to project an even bigger scheme for Anvil. We were able to invite leading business personalities to inspire and teach our members how to grow their business. And we were able to invite the president to our 20th anniversary, and he challenged our members to contribute more to Philippine society.
So I was a one-term president in '95, and at that time I moved the office from Bonaventure, which was eating up our budget, to a smaller office where it is now in Tiffany Towers. I started coined the term Anvil Exchange, because at that time, general meetings used to be larger nung umpisa, and as we ran out of interesting speakers, there were smaller groups, so we started the Anvil Exchange. I coined the term exchange. Of course, the Dragon Boat happened just around that time, panahon ni Jeff. So continuous during my term, meron pa ring Dragon Boat. We handled the Dragon Boat Festival. In fact, we started the Dragon Boat Festival here, in the Philippines.
I have also been fortunate to have served the club as president almost 20 years ago. I know exactly how it feels to have the burden of leadership in leading a fledgling business organization of young upstart.
I think a very significant project during my term is putting up that Confucius statue in Rizal Park, Chinese Garden. Because aside from that statue, we also have the Wisdom Walk, which has mga Confucius sayings to hopefully can teach the younger generation about some values which is I find it lacking nowadays with the modern times.
In 2014, under the direction of a forward-looking set of younger, dynamic, and visionary leaders, the Anvil Business Club has decidedly turned a new page and infused the organization with a breathtaking explosion of energy and a refreshingly new sense of purpose, ready to plant their phenomenal mark in the world of commerce. A bigger, tougher, and trend-setting Anvil Business Club.
Anvil's a great community for networking and making friends. You meet different types of people.
Joining Anvil is like having an extended family. Aside from meeting a lot of new people, young and old, they're also same as you, like-minded people. who are very driven in life, very passionate in what they do.
I expected to meet a lot of people who are veterans in the industry, and also to meet a lot of well-established businessmen in different industries where we could all meet and learn from each other.
Anvil promotes growth and learning. It is like a masteral degree where you learn real-life experiences in the world of business.
In a span of 1 year, actually, malaki yung nagbago sa akin as a person. I know that I really grew. Now I'm the one to make sure that people are all comfortable as well.
Overall, I had a good experience. I got to meet a lot of nice people. Built a lot of friendships that I didn't expect would come out of a business club.
The Anvil that I got to know revolves around both business and fun, as if one cannot be without the other.
I was able to help other people with my capacity, and of course learning to be a good entrepreneur as well.
It was a mixture of business and also social activities and also charitable work. So I guess it's a good way to expand my horizons as a person.
During my stay in Anvil, after a forum or two, I saw that this is what I've been looking for in terms of a place where to learn and to grow intellectually and to learn from the experiences of other people as a businessman.
As I came back to Manila, the first thing I did was join Anvil to get more perspective and to get more fellowship and experience through the Anvil organizations.
It was an honor being part of this committee. I learned a lot in this organization. I met a lot of people and it was fun.
You have so much brain power, you have so much energy in Anvil. It's really a fantastic club.
Reggie Yu joined the Anvil Business Club in 2005. After a 3-year hiatus, he was invited to again serve in the board in 2007 and 2011 as director, Secretary General in 2012, and as Executive Vice President in 2013, before assuming the presidency for the years 2014 and 2015.
Reginald Yu. O, diba? Pangalan pa lang, panalo na. Reginald Yu. Well, kaya pala nanalo ng elections. But kidding aside, I first got to meet and work with Reggie when AYFC invited me to host for one of their biggest events, the Giants of the Game Business Forum. Now, to my surprise and delight, I not only got to host with Gretchen Ho, but also the acting president of the organization, which is, of course, Reggie. Now, this just goes to show how really down-to-earth and hands-on he is as a leader, and this just really amazes me.
He told me his mother and family wanted him to focus more on their businesses. And of the several who became officers, I think he is one of the most exceptional.
Well, I've known Reggie for a few years now. He's also from Xavier School, so I think there's a lot of shared values, shared experiences there. I think Reggie has been a dynamic leader, and originally I'd known him as a writer, so I'm happy that to see him as in this capacity, and I think he's been a very capable leader. I think he's very humble. He's very quick to reach out to others. So he's a perfect leader in that sense. So.
I just heard that this guy won't use his position to take advantage of any business opportunities. Reggie is really an epitome of a great leader.
He knows the direction of to take for Anvil. He has a lot of vision kasi as a person.
President Reggie and I have a different kind of working relationship in Anvil because we're always on stage together. I know how much he prepares for his speeches, so I'd like to thank him for inspiring me because of all the work that he's put in. He makes me want to stand up taller, speak louder, and shine brighter on stage beside him as well.
So during his term, I really liked it because I think Anvil became less serious because a lot of new ones came in, like the young ones and stuff.
When I first met Reggie, he was very bubbly, very engaging, and as a president, he's been very, very, very active, promoting the club, getting new members, and yes, and the club really flourished under his care.
He has many Chinese qualities as well to go. He has humility, discipline. At the same time, Reggie can be just a casual friend that you meet in a coffee shop or your favorite actors.
Reggie is hands down the best and most eloquent speaker and writer I've met. I think this is a very good quality for a leader because he can inspire people through his words. He is also selfless and generous as he considers other people first before himself. I remember in one of the events, while everyone was busy playing during the mooncake, he did not play because he wanted others to enjoy and win more prizes.
What inspires me is that despite him having such a crazy schedule, he really takes time to talk to you. No matter if you're just a new member, if you're an old member, he really treats you as an equal and he treats everyone equally.
Actually, Reggie is one of the hard work, pinaka-masipag na magtrabaho, very humble. Anvil is very lucky to have him talaga.
During your term as president, I think it's safe to say that we were able to reach the golden age of Anvil Business Club.
Reggie's a thinker. He always sees how to improve something, how to give more meaning to something.
The club right now is no longer the formal type na puro forums, puro sessions. Right now, it's more of camaraderie among the members.
His hands-on leadership style was critical in not only keeping everyone connected but also updated.
Yung charisma niya. I mean, the way he speaks, the way he talks, the way he is, he inspires people.
He really invests his time in getting to know each and everyone in Anvil, and I think that's really what inspired me to be as good as to try to be as good as he is in terms of business and also in terms of just being as sociable, I guess, and charming as he is.
By the way, in case you don't know it, he's a brilliant writer. He's very, very articulate with the use of the English words.
Reggie is very eloquent, diplomat ang dating niya, no? Debonair ang looks. Chronicler, very important. He can both speak and write. Those are two different skills, no? And he excels in both, which is very important, lalo na in this age of social networking, no?
I think as a leader, he's very charming and charismatic. And of course, he's amiable. He's a diplomatic leader. And I think he's a good communicator. His write-ups were good in showcasing the club's dynamism to the world.
He has this skill. He doesn't come off as very high and mighty. In fact, he's very approachable. He always has time for even the newest member, for any chairman, any director or vice president. So I think I am always amazed by him and admire him.
His speeches, they really make a lot of sense and they inspire people. And sometimes when I listen to his speech, it really inspires me to be better.
I like him as a leader because he's very open-minded. He's not very traditional, wherein some leaders are not open to change. But one thing I like about Reggie is that he's open to change. He believes in the younger generation. He sees the uniqueness and the good thing of each member. At the same time, I think he treats everyone equally regardless of the position.
Ahir Reggie is not only a friend to us, but he's also a good mentor.
He's very accommodating, always has a listening ear.
He's very encouraging and he's also very supportive because I already asked him questions before about the business I wanted to put up and he answered all of my questions. And surprisingly, he's very, very approachable as well.
I'll be a little biased because I've known Reggie for so many years. He shows his leadership, no? By being a good example to everybody, no? Because of his achievements, because of his being very responsible. A lot of people give their trust in him. Right? So again, probably it's because of his being a savior and being trained to become man for others.
we can really see his passion in running the Anvil Business Club. So passion plays a very important role.
What I think is unique about President Reginald is that he does not only lead the organization with his mind, but also with his heart. You can see that his care for the organization extends more than to just trying to fix everything or organize it, which he has done, but also to making sure that every member gets the best experience they can out of every forum, out of every event.
President Reggie's biggest contribution is his leadership ability. I think he leads by example. On top of that, he also empowers people and puts people in a position to succeed.
He set out goals that he wanted to achieve during his presidency, and he's pretty much hit all those goals.
He brought Anvil a new level of leadership, not only through his eloquence. He brought in a new generation of young, dynamic leaders into the club.
Just like Moss, our president, Sir Reggie, has been able to run the company well. Needless to say, he has finished his 2-year term with flying colors. Maybe because Sir Reggie is a good speaker, and a good speaker is a good listener as well.
President Reggie is a very good leader. As I previously mentioned, he is very organized. His leading and managerial capacities are outstanding. For me, his personal being is so kind and understanding.
He always smiles at you. Even if he's tired, he's still very positive.
Like any other leader, Reggie's administration has also squarely confronted a number of formidable challenges.
I think, well, he gets support also from our chairman and other regents in the organization. So we were able to deal naman with a lot of the challenges in a very professional manner.
Initially, I thought when I became the chairman that I would just be sitting down pretty, just in a relaxed mode. But somehow, the energy of the young is very contagious. And I have been very active as a chairman, and I have seen to it that the standards of the club were raised at a higher level. That's because of our very dynamic and energetic President Reggie.
Upon their induction in Malacanang in 2014, Reggie set into motion a culture of enthusiasm and can-do attitude that has inspired members to achieve bold goals. Under his leadership, the club earnestly promoted monthly exchange forums and membership networking as effective means towards imbibing business knowledge and ethics.
My very recent meeting with the Anvil Business Club again, after 10 years, I was very surprised how the organization has grown. And when I was looking around, I saw a lot of young, very energized, enthusiastic individuals, Chinese individuals, who are really mingling around, trying to network, trying to talk business. When I was there giving my talk, usually when I give a talk about digital marketing, e-commerce, everyone was asking a lot of questions. They were asking very tough questions. So you will see also the quality of the members, how the level of their business, how they're asking tells me also they're very intelligent breed, and I was very happy to really engage them there. So it was a very good experience for me.
I was surprised at how young the members were of Anvil. I guess because of the topic of my talk, which is really innovation, disruption, and technology. There were a lot of interested people who are youths who want to see how can they reinvent their parents' businesses, or how can they start their own technology startup. So that was really a surprise for me at how many young, enterprising, some first generation, but a number second or third generation entrepreneurs who came out to see what I had to say. And I can say that they're very bright, they're across various industries. And in time, because most of them are digital natives, I believe will be able to take advantage of what the internet can bring to their industries.
Well, I was first invited by the Anvil Club to be a guest at one of their monthly fellowships. I was still a congressman then, and found the group to be very, very young, composed of young, upwardly mobile, dynamic professionals. And the discussion was very robust, and there was a nice debate. The questions were about all types of topics, and very intelligent discussion.
I was invited in one of the inductions years ago.
of the Anvil Club. I belonged to the corporate world at that time when I was started in politics.
Prior to me joining, I don't think the forum was that frequent. And then during my second year, the speakers were really better.
They also had some entrepreneurs who are already big, like Inja, to talk in one of the forums so that he could share with us the challenges that he experienced, as well as the milestones that he had, as well as some life lessons that were very valuable.
As for the other forums, business forums like Lazada, I got it was a very good insight because you'll be able to know and get the feel of what the current industry and current economic status is right now in the Philippines.
Sometimes it's composed of very intense business discussions, like in our forums.
There are business skills, there are interpersonal skills, there are social skills, and many more. Yeah.
I learned how to be more of a businessman.
They had a good job of arranging different seminars and workshops.
Na-inspire ako, mga success formulas, they call it, na how I can use those mga tips nila for my own, so that I have something na I can start also.
I was invited by Anvil to share about my learnings and talk about how to spot property trends in real estate. I shared my experiences on how to spot real estate trends so one will make a good property bet. I had a great time sharing as the room was full of energy and everybody was eager to learn.
With membership growth and development as his primary agenda, he, together with his board of directors, launched an aggressive membership recruitment and retention drive through a bold rebranding and active realignment program.
We rebranded Anvil under Reggie's term to reflect the dynamism and the youthfulness of the Anvil members.
He brought a lot of new ideas to the club. He structured it in such a way that it'll be effective and efficient at the same way.
At the beginning of 2014, there were only 5 to 6 tables per forum, and there weren't a lot of girls. And then Reggie started posting pictures on his Facebook wall. Then people started taking notice about the Anvil Business Club. By the end of 2015, we now have almost 300 members.
He basically gave a very good structure to forming the club.
He was able to use his passion and energy to revolutionize a lot of things in the organization, such as starting with the structure. He was able to give each of the directors their own categories to manage, to make sure that Anvil would have projects that would be happy and successful. And I could not imagine an Anvil without all of these separations.
Promotion in the mainstream and social media.
He was able to effectively harness the power of social media in promoting the club.
Kaya parang na-reach yung each and every individual need of the members.
He did a fantastic job of marketing Anvil. So I would say he's the best brand manager for Anvil. He elevated the brand of Anvil to greater heights.
Every time he posts in social media, he describes every detail of the meeting and every stuff that happened there, so it feels that I was also there.
Now, I may not always get the chance to see him or work with him as much, but all thanks to his very well written and very well documented Facebook posts of his life highlights, I know for a fact that his trademark of excellence and his honest to goodness work has definitely made an impact and benefited AYFCE in more ways than one.
I read your posts in Facebook, like even after we attend the forums, the Anvil forums. It's very detailed what you write about what happened during the forum.
Expansion of its reach through goodwill missions with various organizations, agencies and chambers of commerce, both here and abroad.
The most memorable for me is the Cebu trip because it's the first out-of-town trip that I joined with Anvil. It's also my first time to go to Cebu. So it was really fun and memorable for me.
And we also went to see the mayor and the vice mayor of Tarlac, as well as a farm, just so we would know how it would work. It was actually very interesting. I've never been to piggery before.
I participated in the Anvil Japan International Tour. I believe it was memorable not only for me but to everyone who joined the trip. The Japan committee were amazing in implementing our itinerary. In addition, the meeting with the different Japanese companies were very informative. Fortunately, the committee thought of including a Hokkaido leg. We really had a wonderful time in Hokkaido because of its picturesque nature surroundings and more laid-back environment.
Last 2014, we went to Shanghai and visited the Oishi factory. It was very memorable for me because we were able to meet Larry, the owner of Oishi. Anvil gives you opportunities that you won't simply get if you are not part of the club.
Organizing activities outside of business aimed to develop individual development, camaraderie, and non-conventional skills through workshops, sports and outdoor activities.
So I was also invited in 2014 in a more relaxed activity because President Reggie knew that I was addicted to golf, so I took part in one of the golf tournaments of the Anvil.
For me, yung most memorable is yung Anvil Sports Fest. I was part of Team War, West Avenue Residentes, and I was part of the basketball team. So in the basketball team, we hired a coach. Weekly, we would have training sessions. Then eventually, after a few weeks, we would compete with other Anvil members then.
So during the administration of Reggie, we have got into a lot of events, both national, international, and business-wise. It's very dynamic. So in terms of what I learned, there's really a lot.
During the term, they recorded an unprecedented and extraordinary increase in membership. From 87 paid members at the beginning of his term in January 2014, Reggie steps down today with more than 300 active, paid-up regulars under his wing.
Well, President Reggie has been committed to leading Anvil to greater heights. He has ably increased our membership tremendously, and I really give kudos to his organizational ability and his ability to organize and inspire new members to become active and work as committee chairman.
He's been a charismatic leader. He's been obviously together with his very dedicated and team that has a lot of talents. They've been able to create activities that in a continuous flow without any break in the attendance. So we are having constant record-breaking attendance and a lot of new members.
You have attained 500% growth in membership, as well as countless number of activities for the unserved market, which is the younger segment of the Filipino-Chinese group. That's called market driving strategy.
During his administration, ang daming gustong mag-member ng Anvil, and I think yung mga posts niya sa Facebook, that really helped.
I think they acknowledge the girls very well, and they really give importance to the presence of the girls.
But like through time, dumami bigla yung girls, and it's fun now. We kind of have our own girl group there.
It's having such a frequent number of events during a month allowed us to get build a good friendship with each other, and with new members coming in every few days, yeah, it's fun meeting new people all the time.
Activities and the projects definitely inspires a lot of participation from the members, and we can see that the organization is growing really fast.
In Bulag, the climb was tiring, but it was fun because sabay-sabay kayong nag-aakyat, makikita mo yung medyo matanda, nahihirapan na umakyat.
I went to the trip without knowing anyone, and then coming back down with a new set of family members, a second set of family members.
Last time, we had a beach out trip in Batangas.
The Mooncake Festival in 2015 was challenging but fulfilling. The goal of the event is to celebrate the Spring Festival, for Anvil members to have fun, bond, and get to know one another. In addition, the event was used as a venue to advertise Anvil-sponsored products. The Mooncake Festival was free for all Anvil members, so everyone can contain their excitement to win the very promising prizes we have prepared for them. Almost everyone got to take home a raffle prize. Aside from that, we also gave away gift bags from Anvil sponsors. Although it was especially challenging handling big groups who were all high in emotion, I felt fulfilled and happy in the end seeing all these people enjoy that evening.
We experienced being able to mingle with the Cebuano businessmen, the top honchos of Cebu business.
I was the co-chairman of Anvil's trip to Tarlac, and that was also the most memorable experience for me because I was able to interact with the members.
Tapos na go-kart racing kami. As in competition talaga.
Oh yeah, the Anvil Cooking Club is still a work in progress. We are still finding about how to do it properly. Whether it will be a cooking demo or people would participate like in a real professional cooking class. So because this project has been a long time coming, many people are interested with that. So everybody now is a foodie. They like taking pictures, they like trying out restaurants. And food is very important, you know, because it's part of life, it's part of culture. And aside from this, we have to know what we eat, where the food comes from. It's very invaluable.
When we went to Anvaya, I was able to see the creativity of a lot of Anvil members, not just being good in business, but also in different things. Like when Ben, Lorraine, and Richmond created the Mystery Box Challenge that everyone had fun with.
Anvaya was more of a team building for the Anvil members. We had a lot of fun playing the games organized by the committee. And of course, at night, we had some bonding sessions.
And I really enjoyed the Anvaya trip this year. Especially, we had this game, parang Breakout Manila siya. Pero, a little bit more complicated. And that was so much fun because you engaged a lot of brain power.
There's this party that I headed, this Anvil Christmas Ball. It made me experience working with professionals in a party landscape.
I was very fortunate to be part of the Christmas committee last year. I was told that it was the most ambitious Christmas party, so we had to meet with a lot of people's expectations.
The club is not just about doing business and team building activities. It is also about giving back and encouraging civic consciousness.
Almost everyone was a victim. People were just so hopeless. We thought that we would only see that in the movies, but it was happening, and people were like zombies afterwards. They were walking to and fro, not knowing where they were going, and people were leaving. There was a shortage of food, water, and it was really a survival mode for many people. And it was like a modern diaspora where people were walking to the airport just to get away from the city of Tacloban.
On January 22, 2014, in the wake of the massive destruction wrought by Typhoon Yolanda in Leyte province, they flew to Tacloban to ask, what can we do?
After Super Typhoon Yolanda, there were many groups who visited Tacloban City and made courtesy call in our office, asking how they can help us. But after their visit, we would never see them again. But for the Anvil Business Club, under the leadership of Mr. Reginald, they came back. And in fact, they informed me that they already helped in constructing classrooms at Salvacion Elementary School.
Because my family and my parents are from Tacloban. So when Yolanda happened,
I was really devastated. We organized something together. It was for them to help build a classroom. So they donated funds to build a classroom.
7 months later, they went back with an answer and a gift. A newly constructed classroom for the school community of Salvacion Elementary School.
And when we were together during the turnover, it was very, very emotional. Not only for me, but also for the teachers and the children of Salvacion Elementary School. Super Typhoon Yolanda damaged almost all the classrooms in Tacloban City. And with that generosity and compassion through the gift of classrooms, it is not merely a classroom that they donated. It is a symbol of hope, a symbol of inspiration. With the gift of classroom, you are making an investment not only to the present generation of children, but even beyond this generation.
This spirit of giving back has repeatedly been manifested through medical missions and relief operations that sought to bring smiles to our less fortunate brethren.
Typhoon operation, relief operation that we did in Barangay Kalumpit in Bulacan. In this operation, despite of the heat of the noonday sun, with hours of standing, in distributing relief goods, with all the sweat pouring down in our face and body, we still have this joy and energy to continue the distribution.
My memorable experience in Anvil is when I joined the medical mission in Meycauayan, Bulacan. It was fun and overwhelming to see children who are given free medications, who are given free treatments, and I believe that they need it. I have learned also that even if we are in a business industry and most of the people in the industry are big businessmen, they have stretches their arms to help people who are in need. That's so touching and overwhelming.
Having first-hand experience makes it all better. Actually, when I was giving out the food or the goods, deep down inside I wanted to cry because the feeling is very different. It's touching. And I think money can't buy that.
We've had a number of donations to the constituents of different parts of Luzon.
I've seen every time there's calamities, typhoons that hit Philippines, Anvil is always the first to donate, to help through charity basis.
It makes a whole lot of difference when you actually go there, you meet with the people, and you empathize with them.
Masaya siya. Magaan sa puso.
Yeah, it's always positive, right? So to make a positive impact, not only to help our members but also our fellow Filipinos.
Parang it's something that you really can't explain. It's such a good feeling that you help someone in need.
Reggie's defining term has proven that every big success begins with a single idea by a visionary leader that is put into action by many people. Every member has a unique ability, and by working together, we can change the world. (2014) and 2015 were indeed watershed years for the Anvil Business Club. Over these 2 years, the club has tripled their membership, provided a diverse and interesting range of programs, raised their profile in the community, and solidified their financial standing than ever before. This is the legacy we leave behind. The influence, leadership, and innovation under Reggie Yu's leadership have become an inspiration to many. As we celebrate 25 years of shaping business leaders in 2016, we leave behind an even more vibrant organization, rightly christened the country's most prestigious and sought-after business club for young Chinese-Filipino entrepreneurs today. Mabuhay ang Anvil Business Club!